All right, AFC South. Tennessee, another one that for me was kind of easy. 9. Team was 11-5 last year. I know they lost some weapons offensively.
Yeah.
But the Titans with 9 wins. What do you say?
I'm going over too.
Yeah.
Yeah. New offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Todd Downing.
Yeah.
Certainly want to see that. I just have such great faith in Vrabel. He understands how to manage games. He just got a toughness about him that kind of permeates through the rest of the football
the players
team.
love it.
Yes, exactly right. Will they maybe not be able to run the ball as dominantly? I don't know. We'll see. But they got Julio Jones now too, so that's going to open the field up as well. And Tannehill's really damn good. Everybody's got to realize that again. I think they made the appropriate moves on the defensive side of the ball too. First off, they got 3 rookies who, to me, have popped.
Which 3 of those?
Caleb Farley.
Yep.
I mean, it's been 2 games and it hasn't been perfect, but I'm going on the look.
Yeah.
The athleticism, the explosion is the real deal.
Yeah.
Then they got Elijah Molden, who is like a nickel safety type guy, and then I think even Honey Badger made a quote about him on social media 2 weeks ago. He really pops when you watch him. Rashad Weaver, their 4th round pick, pops. But last year their issues were secondary and things like that. They got Caleb Farley. They got Janoris Jenkins, who I would tell you last year was I would say was the best corner on the Saints for the majority of the year. He was phenomenal. So that's where I looked at them to be a little bit different team. You get Bud Dupree, who should be healthy at least sometime in the first 5 or 6 weeks. And I'm going over with them.
Colts, same number, 9. They were 11-5 last year. I think the Colts are more than 9 wins or less.
I'm
this is a tough one for you?
It is. I'm a little. Here's the first thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Wentz hasn't played.
Right.
It's a new team. All of those. Okay, I don't like that. Their first 5 games are maybe as hard as anybody in football. That scares me. I know they're good. I do. They're a tough one for me. And you said it's 9, right?
It's 9. Yeah.
I mean, it's right there for me. I want to say 9-8, 8-9. Somewhere in there. I don't know what it is. You mentioned the schedule. Those first 5 games, where you still consider it. Seahawks, Rams, at the Titans, at the Dolphins, at the Ravens. And then you get the Texans, and then you're at the 49ers and then the Titans. I mean, 7 out of the first 8 games are just killers. I don't know why. I'm a little down on it.
Yeah.
I think just because of that, T.Y.'s hurt. Who's going to be the other big weapon on offense? I like Frank Reich. I know he has a lot of creativity. Can they dominate in the run game? I mean, yes, I know they got a good O-line, but Quentin Nelson's hurt. There's still who's the left tackle is a new thing here or there for them. And my other thing is about them, too, is defense, they're good. They need one more stud to pop, though. Really, really good defenses have more than 2 studs. They have Buckner and Darius Leonard. If you want to be top 5, you're a pain in the ass type defense, from history, in my opinion, you usually have to have another player or 2 to kind of throw in there. Kwity Paye has really popped and shown me something. Mm-hmm. But I'm down on the Colts. So I guess I'm going to go, gosh, I really want to go the fucking push here, Pete. This is where I want to go.
Pete is not allowing you a push.
I'll go under.
I went under as well.
8-9.
I went under as well.
Okay.
And it's one of those things, it was kind of like
it's hard.
The Cincinnati one with me, where I would like to see them be better than that.
Right.
Frank Reich, I mean, how do you not pull for that? I would like Carson Wentz to be good for an entire season.
Yeah.
But then the more I thought about it, to put them at that point is to ignore the injury situation with Carson a bit, and to what he has been the last couple of seasons with the turnovers. Yeah. And I also think it's a little bit disrespectful in a tiny little way that Phillip Rivers was pretty good last year.
Sure.
He did a nice job. And are they going to get the same kind of quarterback play from September through early January that they got last year when they won 11 games? I'm going to say not quite as good.
Yeah.
So that was my reason for going on.
I think it makes sense. And then you add that to the schedule we just talked about. I mean, hey, listen, it's, little slip up here, and they could be going, whoa. I mean, we're 2-4. We're 3-5 here to start the year. Those type of things, and I don't know why, but I just feel like I can envision that happening.
Right there with you.
There's a lot of things to like about the football team. I guess they're a little bit more like I'd like to see a little more evidence. I'm not going to trust it to pick it right now.
Right. 6 games left to have some kind of difference here in the over-under. Houston, 4. They were 4-12 last year. Number set at 4 again this year.
Yeah, under. I'm going under. A disaster. I just don't.
How could you talk yourself into the over?
I don't know either. Exactly right. There's no way I can. The defense has got nothing to offer. I mean, yeah, I don't. I just no real legit playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. What are they? I mean, are they going to be a dominant run team? They're not going to be a dominant pass team. I mean, the Watson issue, all of that. Like, trouble. Yeah, I see 3-14, new head coach, of course, new GM, all of that. 3 what the hell is that? 3-14.
3-14 would be it. Yeah. I knew all that math was going to pay off at some point with the 17. Jacksonville, they were 1-15 last year.
What is their set at?
6.
That's way too high.
So if they are 7-10, they go 7-10. You win with the over.
Yeah, I'm not doing that though. I'm going under.
Ding, 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 ding. I took over.
Yeah, you took over?
I took the over.
Ooh.
I think I had just watched the Trevor Lawrence highlights from the Cowboys game.
You were affected.
Or he just looked like a Friday 7-on-7.
I know.
That was a little too fresh in my mind, but I could see 7-10.
He played great in the game the other day.
He really did.
Yeah, I mean it was just exactly what he needed. The team needed a little bit. They needed a little positive mojo from their first team offense. And, man, did he make some great throws in that football game. So, yeah. Yep. So, Paul, you got the nice early schedule to get them going a little bit.
Texans, Broncos, Cardinals, Bengals.
You got it. I mean, they got a chance to maybe, upset some people.
Break out the Jags.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm going to go under, though. I just don't trust it yet. And then, listen, I'm not saying this is a big picture thing either. Like, I think I have faith in Urban Meyer to do this whole thing.
Yeah.
And obviously you do too if you're going 7-10 out of the gate.
Yep.
I said this to my dad the other day. I said, Urban Meyer, to me, it's more Jimmy Johnson than like Nick Saban or something like that.
Because?
He's not quite the micromanager they are. He's more of the Bill Parcells, Jimmy Johnson overseer. I know how to communicate and motivate. I don't know what this play called, but we got to attack this area. This corner's not good. We need to abuse him. We can't block this. We got to run these protections this week. To me, that's where I think he's going to be good. And that's what Jimmy Johnson was. It wasn't like he was calling the defensive plays or offensive plays, but all week he was going, defense, we can't run that. They'll kill us if we do that, blah, blah, blah. You need to fix that. Offense, well, that play's not going to work. Let's do this and this and this. Not necessarily knowing what, the X's and O's are, but knowing where to attack a team. I think that's what Urban Meyer is. They're on the right track. I'm going to go under.
You mentioned Jimmy Johnson, made me think immediately about what Troy Aikman has said about him a number of times. Like, initially when he came in his rookie season, the practices were so difficult.
Yeah.
The intensity level and the expectations so high that it was tough right away.
Right.
But the team needed that. The team desperately needed it. And when he left and people exhaled a little bit, practices were a little bit easier.
Of course.
Guys weren't held accountable quite as much. I think Troy still resents that time, resents that change in atmosphere of the practice. And if Urban's bringing that change in the right way, in the more difficult way, then I can see those 7 wins.
I think you will. I mean, that's what Urban is. There's a reason Bill Belichick loves Urban Meyer players.
True.
It's football.
Yeah.
They're tough. They're all in. He knows he's coached them tough and physically at practice every day. So where they come to New England, they're not going to be like, oh, my gosh, we're hitting so much, and we're on the practice field so long. This isn't nice. He knows they're going to be ready.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons he takes Saban, Urban Meyer, and Greg Schiano players.
Yeah.
He knows they're coached like pros in practice. Yeah, I'm a believer in Urban. I just don't know if it happens this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.